young activists that freedom of speech simply does not apply to offensive speech, that there is that asterisk?
Jonathan, to the extent that there is that view at Berkeley or any place else, I am concerned, because one of the purposes of a university education is to be provoked, to examine what the evidence is. And if somebody says something that is offensive, well, that is not per se, you know, a violation of any kind of university norm. In fact, quite the opposite. I tell my students all the time the best way to learn something is to talk to people who disagree with you, because that forces you to sharpen your views and test your views, and you might even come out in a different place. A university of all places is the locus where we want to have provocative views. We want to have views that some people find to be offensive.
Hey, Ann, can we find another place where the two of you might agree? I want to ask you, and I talked to Reince Priebus about it here just a short while ago, about what the president has said about opening up the libel laws. And we heard Priebus say that this is something they are still looking into. In other words, giving the president the ability to sue the New York Times or other news organizations for coverage that he does not like. Can we agree that that is not a good idea?
I can answer that very quickly. No, I've always thought there should be a pure truth-falsity standard and a limit on damages. But I do want to agree with the professor on universities ought to be places where I am not the only conservative most students will hear in 4 years of college. And what this shows, this whole incident shows, again, it shows this radical, insulated left on the college campuses, and the entire left wing, including President Obama and Bill Maher on the other side. And what useless institutions our universities are. The prices have gone up 3,000% since the 70s. Is the education better? No, it's worse. The lefties are on the side of the thugs. They've taken over the universities. I don't think anyone learns anything at college anymore. It's a forced vacation, and I think that's what people ought to be looking at, because the taxpayers are supporting these universities, not just University of California, but with federal grants, every university in America.
If I can just get to your question, Jonathan, the libel laws should not be widened. I mean, we really do need a free press. One thing that concerns me about the present administration is the willingness of the administration to not only talk about widening the libel laws and also criminalize flag burning, but even the President of the United States last night using an opportunity in Harrisburg to summon his supporters and to criticize the press once again. This is dangerous. I mean, if we believe in the First Amendment, we believe in a free and independent press.
All right, Professor Robert Reich and Coulter, a debate that you couldn't have seen at Berkeley. Thank you for joining us on This Week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The First Amendment